start this video by saying I just received something in the mail that looks like this. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So how I found out about this book was, I'm an actor first and foremost, so I've heard a lot of my acting teachers talk about it before, and also in this book called The Actor's Life by Jenna, which is a fantastic book. Jenna Fisher, who played Pam on The Office, but she mentions The Artist's Way in this book. I've been in isolation for the past week because I've had COVID. It allowed me to have some time to reflect. I finished a creative degree at the end of last year, and I think since then it's been tricky to try and keep creating without deadlines and assignments and things that force you to be.
A bit of a crash course on The Artist's Way. It is a 12-week workbook in which you complete one chapter per week, and you do something called the morning pages every single day, which is 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing, and then you also do an artist date once a week, which is a solo expedition, and you go out and you experience some kind of art, and it's all basically meant to recover you from artistic blocks and foster your confidence.
I'm feeling excited about it. I'm quite nervous. Like, I've heard it's really hard for people to complete it, and I'm scared that I'll run out of steam because I often have, that's a big issue with me. My hopes is that I come up with something at the end to try and have some more ideas. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I think it'll be challenging, but I think it'll be worth it. So I'm in the car park at the cinema because I'm gonna go on my first ever artist date at the cinema. I haven't seen a movie in a cinema in so long, and I really like it, and I used to do it all the time, but like obviously life gets so busy. But I'm going to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I'm really excited. I've been writing 3 pages every morning of stream of consciousness longhand writing and just putting it down. That I've actually found quite easy. It's been quite nice, I think, to do it. I feel like I found like a lot of anger coming out in the pages. I think that's normal. I'm currently in the Northern Territory.
Bye, have a good trip to Darwin.
Oh my god.
I went to a gig by myself, which was a bit of an interesting experience to say the least. And I went to another movie by myself, saw Licorice Pizza. I'm still looking at the basic principles every day. I'll put them here, but I have to read them every morning and night. And I have noticed a bit of a shift within myself. Morning pages have started to get a little bit more focused on the present rather than thinking about the past, because often I would just bring up like things I was angry about in the past. But being here in the outback, I guess, I'm really trying to focus in and listen to the energy that surrounds me. One of the tasks that I put down is that I want to try doing salsa dancing. I went salsa dancing. I love how The Artist's Way is so encouraging of trying new things. For my artist date this week, I went to see Leah Purcell talk about her new film The Drover's Wife, which I watched at the screening. That was great. I've been back to church, getting back into my spiritual side. One of the tasks I had to do was this like life pie, like one that was like play, one that was like work, exercise, or like health, and you put a dot into how good you're doing at it. Anyway, I've done the life pie, and my life is looking a lot more balanced now. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I struggled a bit last week. Last week was pretty rocky. I did like 4 morning pages, I think, out of 7, which is pretty low. It's crazy how much of being a blocked artist just kind of comes from fear. Something that Julia Cameron talks about is that life is pure creative energy. And when you think about it, like everything in the world has just been created, so creating can't be that difficult. Hey, I had to do something last week called a reading deprivation, which meant that I couldn't read anything for a week. I didn't read anything, I didn't watch anything. I tried to stay off social media as much as I could, and I tried to be present. It was really hard because I found last week was a really tough week, and I wanted to use like art and watching movies and listening to music as like, you know, solace and like just wanting to have a distraction. And I've been trying to not listen to music and just kind of be present in the moment, which I'm actually weirdly finding like I'm okay at now, and life is slowing down and I feel more clear on what I want. I've also started writing a script, and it's actually really easy. That it's like crazy. I liked the notion when Julia Cameron talked about the virtue trap, which was a chapter I was reading this morning. The virtue trap is basically like being good and being what's considered to be a good and safe life, and deserving ourselves in order to serve others and make them comfortable. There are also some great quotes on the sides of the book, which I'll show here. Some big changes that I'm realizing I'm going to have to make in my life in order to live my most fulfilling creative life.
Walking home from a poetry night that I went to by myself, I did feel a little bit embarrassed being there by myself. Like I felt like everyone was looking at me. Nevertheless, I persisted and listened to some new poets read. And there was also a band, and that was just an artist date that I did. Oh shit! Oh shit! There's literally a fire truck going in front of me. Okay.
I've officially reached halfway of the artist's way, and I can officially say I think so differently now. I guess being an actor, these teachings have come at such a good time, especially with all the auditions I have to go on, and if maybe I don't get that audition, I feel like now, instead of having the mentality of like, oh, I didn't get it, I'm so annoyed, I'm so mad, now I'm kind of like, look, I'm an actor, I'm a creative being, and no one can take that away from me. I will always be a creative being, I will always own my creative self, and it's different to everyone else, and that's what's so fantastic about it. How lucky are we to be blessed with these bodies that can be creative and can create. Like, it's one of the most amazing things in the world to be creative and innovate and keep stretching and learning and growing. It's so amazing that we can do that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. After I filmed that, I actually got laryngitis. So I guess you could say I really wanted to put my last few days of having a voice to use. And I'm glad I filmed that. The next installment will be the last 4 weeks. But yes, please stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!